Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sim Survival Information and Motivation. Hope everyone is well. Please get a minute. Hit that like, share, subscribe button below. Also check the link in the bio for mypatriotsupply.com. Get all your gear and survival needs that you want, as well as there's a link below that's for Stealth Angel, and they have lots of gear and outdoor stuff to get you ready for these interesting times that's on us right now. Alright, so jumping into it. Baltimore in the news, you heard comments made, XYZ, Baltimore's dirty, but I've been to Baltimore, I actually like it. I guess I haven't been to every part, obviously. And yes, they're in the news and they're saying it's a dirty city, XYZ, whatever. But interesting enough, about 2 months ago, barely heard about it in the mainstream media, but the city of Baltimore was held ransom by some hackers that said you basically need to give us X amount of Bitcoins, and it wasn't a large amount. It was like 60,000 or something, maybe a lot to me, not to a city. And Baltimore refused, said no, we're not going to do that, and they locked up their systems. I forget exactly what it was for, what it was that they processed, but they said no, we're not going to do it, which they end up locking it up, and they had to get an outside consulting security firm to rebuild a bunch of things, and it cost a couple million. And people was like, well, why don't y'all just pay it? Well, you pay it once, then you're going to always have to pay it, or people start lining up and they want you to pay them. And they said also, after if they did pay them, they was going to have to break down the system and build it right back up. So they're going to end up have to pay that money anyway, which kind of makes sense. But barely heard about that. A whole city held hostage by some hackers. That actually happened in Florida, I think last month, but they decided they was going to go ahead and pay the hackers. Wow. But leave it to the mainstream media, probably won't hear about those stories. Excuse me. So, piece of advice, you have a hard drive, you have a USB drive, or even better yet, a disc, CD, or DVD, back up your data. Whatever it is, whether it's just your regular pictures, whether it's, your paperwork, anything digital, if it's important to you and you want to save it, don't just leave it in the cloud, because what is the cloud? It's not guaranteed it's always going to be there. You can't touch it. You can't put your hands on it. So back up your data. USB drives is dirt cheap. I prefer CDs and DVDs. Well, DVDs more storage, but in the event of a solar flare or EMP, electromagnetic pulse, where it basically fries the circuits of anything electric, at least you have a better chance of surviving it. Also, I do got like Faraday cages and I back stuff up in. But just to be on a real safe side, you can put on CD, DVDs, and you have all your information backed up. Unfortunately, you have to prepare for the worst, especially now with this crazy weather and just people that's crazy, willing to do anything just because, whether it's for 15 minutes of fame or just because there are 40 million people in the U.S. that have some type of mental illness. So back up your data. Also, don't forget, hit the gym, train. Thanks for tuning in. Freedom forever. Stay prepared. Create and conquer. We out.